So there it is, the end of the year. Do you ever ask yourself why we celebrate the end of the year and a new beginning? Well, undoubtedly, as human beings, we need beginnings because it adds context to life. I think most people at some point realize that life is a continuum. There is a beginning, there is a middle, and of course there is an end, a demise. And I think for the vast majority of people, unfortunately, they don't really celebrate this journey. So, to celebrate the journey, we need a beginning. Now, certainly life is not just, I'm awake one morning, I finished my education, I get a job, I meet Mr. and Mrs. Right, I've saved some money, I retire, and I die. That can't be what life is about. So when we think of the context of a beginning, there has to be some great adventure associated with this, is there not? Because we are organic beings, and we want some joy out of our piece of life, for sure. So, how do I structure a beginning? What kind of tools do I need before I begin? Well, I think the very first thing I need is I have to realize that as I journey forward, there are times that I just cannot control things. I mean, this is almost a Stoic thought, isn't it? Maybe I have a plan and it doesn't go the way it should. It just doesn't. And I have to change the plan, right? But ultimately, I keep reminding myself, whatever happens in my life, I will be successful. I must embrace, of course, the reality of where I am at this moment, right now. Where am I right now? And then, given new data, I can change the plan, can't I? I can alter it, because ultimately, I think very much like Aristotle tells us, we want happiness ultimately in life, a sense of contentment and fulfillment. I want to really hold on to things that are special along my journey. People I meet, circumstances I have, joys that I possess. The other day, the security guard in my building actually gave me a gift. I was deeply touched because he didn't have to do such a thing at all. He was very kind and very, very gracious. And then, of course, whenever I get exhausted, I must rest and regroup. And always reminding myself, Leon, don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid at all. Keep on climbing. Keep on improving. Appreciate what I'm learning along the way. And finally, whether I like it or not, I must realize that every step of the way is important. It must be, right? Because with my beginning, there is going to eventually be an arrival at some point, right? At some point, I'm going to feel success. And if I don't feel total success, I'm going to feel as if I am on the path to success. Am I not? I think so for sure. Now, of course, there are a whole group of thoughts now that we are so filled with negativity on a daily basis. It washes over us as such. And I think, wow, this wants to dissuade us from where we're going to go, because beginnings are exciting. You think to yourself when you're going to begin an adventure, a journey, perhaps you're going on a trip somewhere, someplace that you've never been before. And that probably is true, because that someplace is your life. Your life is a great beginning and a great adventure. It's going to take you far and wide, and you're going to experience many, many interesting things. You know, when I walk along, I often look at people's eyes, and I worry because many times in their eyes I see a great deal of sadness. like as if there is no purpose to life at all. But we know that there is, right? So if we can convince them, look, everything that's going on in your life right now can change tomorrow. There can be a new beginning tomorrow. So there is no excuse to be a victim, to play the victim, is there really? Because you can have a new beginning the next day. You can change your circumstances. The only thing that's real is my consciousness. Everything else around me, of course, can change. Absolutely. It can all be different on another day. I just need hope that there can be something new. And people do believe if I strive, if I try, another pathway will be opened. So whatever you do in this new year, be excited. Make your New Year's resolutions that are positive. Give yourself some gifts, whatever they are, and say to yourself, it's going to be a wonderful new beginning, a wonderful new year. And you know what they say? You know what they say. If you want a special beginning, critical thinking is necessary. And of course, critical thinking is great. Truly great. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.